Now we wait to see. Yeah, so now it's on. And then I got to go up there and act like an idiot.
Like Gaga?
It doesn't take much.
Like Gaga?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for the second half of this wonderful show brought to you by the Parties Unknown. Parties on the second part, third part, and fourth part, and my part, which is actually your part.
Okay.
And that's the heart of the matter. So let me see here how we got. We got Brett coming up first, and Clara, Zane, David E., Garrett, Murphy, Marka Hudson, Dr. Alan Trump is in this house. So may we have Brett come up here now. Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
A round of applause for Brett, teacher and instructor of wit and note and merit.
So you'll be happy to know I was at a high school, the high school I'm teaching at right now, and out of 120 freshmen, 10 knew what the Ides of March was.
That's good.
That's good. That's 1 in 10. Seriously, like 10%. We actually learned about it today because I planned a lesson like that. Awesome. But anyway. Okay, not about school though, because that's over there.
You're telling that John Cassius has that lean and hungry look?
I did.
Men are dangerous?
I did not, but I guess that's tomorrow's lesson.
Honorable man.
Yeah.
Yes.
An honorable man.
Very honorable man.
They're all honorable men.
Okay, I don't even know where I was going with this. Oh, I was going to do it wrong. Okay,
Yeah.
so a while ago, I had this dream, and before I had it, I think it was stemmed off of a conversation I had. It was basically someone was trying to debate with me about religion, because it's one of the topics that I like to study and whatnot, and just kind of like read about, and this is where it kind of went, so go for it. So I'm in this dream, and I'm on a hillside overlooking a city. The best way to compare it is that scene in E.T. where all of the aliens are lost looking around and you can see the city lights building by building. The next moment I know, I'm inside of a living room, and I'm talking to a lady. She's in her 50s. She has a curtain for a dress. I think it was because she was poor. But she wasn't telling me anything in particular. She was just telling me about her life, where she came from and who she was as a person, what was special to her, why she really liked to bake chocolate chip cookies, and what she liked to do on a Saturday night with her friends. Pretty sure it was jazz music. The next minute I know, a flash goes across my face, and now I'm in a completely different living room, completely different place, and I'm talking to a gentleman. He was in the Korean War. He flew planes over and over and over again. And he said he didn't mind the noises of the engines because they put out the noises of the battle cries, of all the things he would have heard on the ground. He didn't mind flying above because he felt a little bit of disconnect. As I went on and on, I went through many other people. I'm sure I had seen their faces before because studies show that if you look at a face in your mind, you have seen that face somewhere before. It's very hard to create your own image. And at one point, I realized something. I came to an epiphany. Every person has a story. And when I looked on that hillside a second time, reflecting back, I realized that every single light was somebody's house, and some person coming from a different place, having a different aura about them, every person being an individual. And it was when I had that realization in my mid-20s that I realized, when it came to religion, that we're either all loved by God or not. I didn't see the division. I went to my friend's synagogue, we prayed. I wasn't Jewish, but he was, and he said, "Come along," and I said, "Sure." I started to see the anger and attack that came on the news every night against the Muslims, and I said, "That's not coming from me." I told my family and friends many times that yes, I would pray with them, but only if we prayed not just for our Thanksgiving dinner, but for the entire continent of Africa. that has gone through civil war for the past 150 years because of colonialism, I'm not going to go on a tirade, but I am going to say this. God has no religion. God either loves every person or no person at all. We're not special. We're not one individual above the other. We're all equal. We all have different stories. So just spread love. Because really, I think that's what I saw when I talked to each person. Thank you.
That's Brett Red Benson, as he calls. He's going to be my co-pilot next week. We're going to try that. He wants to try that. That's great. Clara Sue is next.
It's fun.
Clara Sue, give her a round, please. She comes up. The mystical and magical.
I was at Burton High School last week at International Women's Day, and I had 3 classes of freshmen, and each class was 35 minutes, and I gave them some writing exercises. So since they didn't know me and I didn't know them, I said, well, why don't you guys write about me? So I went through about 60, 70 kids, and they all wrote extremely elementary sentences, like, she is a woman, she's Asian. So it was interesting, but finally one girl actually wrote much more than that. She started imagining what I should be like, and that I had 2 dogs, and I took them to a walk, and then I went to my hairdresser and had my hair done. It was fantastic. So that was one breakthrough, which made me very happy. But anyway, so I decided to use some of the sentences that they have written and wrote a piece. So this is called a writing exercise. She is a woman. She is small-breasted. Berkeley Farm organic milk leaks out of her nipples. She is a womb. In it, there are babies, wrestling sumos, all in the circle. She is a woman of color. What women don't have color? She wears a black coat. Her mood is dark and edgy. With one hand, she drags a steel bar that goes clunk, clunk, clunk on the street. An ill-omened cat. She is an old woman with a big voice. Keychains and coffee spill from her red lips. She leans down on the ignorant boy, laughing. She tries to be kind, but her eyes are sad. Thank you.
See, we have educators in here. Thank God. Thank you. Zane, come forward, please. And then we have David, Garrett, Mark, Al, and little Lord Fauntleroy, actually.
Hi there, guys.
Hey, Zane.
My name is Zane. I've got some words for it. And you guys were talking about love so much, I wanted to put my little 2.5 cents. This is actually like maybe like half of a cent or something. But, when love becomes less, becomes a cold body, when love is only skin deep, but not even that deep, just the top layer that scrapes off and falls to the floor. Dead skin cells make up a majority of dust. When love becomes dust, nothing but a reminder that time has passed and you've got another thing to clean up. Yeah, no, dude, she sucks sometimes. I'm happy for you guys. Super happy. Not jealous at all. Nobody wants to love me. More comfy now. I wonder why. More comfy now on edge of cemetery. Sunshine is better friend now than shadow. Prefer warm skin over gray one. I can dangle my feet this way. It's only stone, and it's only way I can still hear the birds. Watch waters wrinkle. No longer in motion when underground. So as much of an escape, last breath may seem, the only way I can actually escape is to keep moving. As tired as I may be, there's coffee for that, and if that doesn't work, there's more coffee for that, and if that doesn't work, the last resort, I'll eat some food. Learning that what matters to me most is what I don't have, and isn't that just fucking delightful? Isn't that just human condition? And isn't slow suicide just a cynical way to say that I am living? So I am living, so you can smile now, or you can shake your head now and ignore me because it is your right, and I probably won't mind either way. This isn't a poem anymore. I am not a writer anymore. I am not a lover anymore. I am this body, and I can perceive this beautiful something as something, and there is a limit to how much I can actually communicate. I find myself squeezing out answers to questions I don't want to speak on. Bedrooms are hiding, and door is probably still crashed in, and a leaf falling is the best part, and all these leaves on the ground are evidence of the fall, and I am evidence of the fall. And get up, look at this body, stretch marks from swelling, pockets of whiter where there should be white. I am broken boy patched up so nice. I am broken boy sewed up. I am broken boy becoming broken man. Got a nice tie with a side of rent, and handing in hours of my days so I can hear the train howl in a different state. Get another plate of food I didn't cook. Get another day walking around or sleeping or just weighing myself down, doing gravity's job for them. River don't swallow no more. Rocks don't skip no more. Drugs don't do the trick no more. And every corner store has a magician. And every night seems to have more empties. And every morning seems to wake up more tired. And my typewriter back in Encinitas seems to grow more dust. I wonder what the world record of highest pile of dust is. I wonder if it has something to do with love forgotten. I wonder who's got black on their fingertips. I wonder if gray isn't even a color, just a feeling, and the sky feels some type of way about the ground, wishing for kisses, like dream faces, facing dream faces, and dipping down like bird onto water, floating on top of lips, making all of what I want to be canvas. Spitting into the paint to get it started, painting with bloody fingers just to get the color right. I've got a palette made out of only regret. I've got a palette made out of songs I don't know how to sing right. A swing in the trees, making room for an insect I've never seen before. And still listening to the cars pass by so slowly I don't even remember my friends anymore. I remember when the footsteps were so tiny I could walk all across Grand Piano and not make a fucking sound. I could swing back and forth on playground at 5 years old and break a body in half with no blood left over. I could make sand back into building, but I choose not to because it would take too much work. And I had a partner who helped design the structure, and I would feel bad to put it back together without them here. I could bury all of this, and nothing would grow from the dirt. I could bury myself and learn to breathe and smile dirt, and something would grow from the actual grimace. I could mix another drink, but my mouth is closed.
That's Zane, ladies and gentlemen, from the 16th edition zone of freestanding poetry. And then Mr. Everett, Mr. Everett, a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Morgan Freeman said he's one of the best poets in the United States.
You lie.
I'm sitting.
I wrote this 2 weeks ago here during the middle of the show. So,
Oh, nice.
And today I titled it Open Door, because that door is always open. I called it Sacred and Grounded then, but anyhow. The crescent moon, the cup, setting behind the poet at sacred grounds, masquerading as just another distant skylight, not heavy, but smoothing out the words that march into moth flutter, word flight, spring mattress distress settling into a continuous flow, after occasional stumbles and the group coalesces into an evening of soft power.
Yeah.
That's us.
Bob, let's go.
The Emperor's New Pose. It is important to understand. I'll read the New York Times about the Russian guy who's really been responsible for a lot of the information. Yesterday's Times, I think his name is Bogolev, stealing money from everyone. A real, a hacker, a supreme hacker. Interesting stuff. And all the shit flowing around.
A smart man.
The Emperor's New Pose. It is important to understand the mindset of the secrecy arm of the government because it is the disintegrating undergarment which constitutes the basic fabric of our demoligarchy. I am reminded of the retarded cat I had the first time he saw snowflakes hitting the ground. It's true. He attempted to catch cover each one in succession as it hit the earth. The idea that you can know everything and therefore avoid impending danger is a reflection of our youth culture's ultimate superhero fantasy, the denial of death. It literally believes it can take the mystery out of life, a fool's paradise if there ever was one, by reading every single piece of information ever spoken or written and anticipating Homo sapiens' response and plans for the immediate future. Corporate bunkerdom pretends to predict the rage encapsulated in every curious monkey mind. It ignores its own paranoid hair-trigger, razor-wire, chest-baiting worldview. The odd obverse of this self-isolating apocalyptic malfeasance is that if you do die, you die a hero defending the Republic. To make this snake eating its own tail engine go, we have conspiracy theorists continually feeding the next scapegoat into the inexorable machine. As a matter of fact, we have one in the White House right now, and he doesn't trust his own intelligence. That was written by Dominic. Dom and Dahmer. Finally, okay, Door Jam, which, if I get the chance, would be the next theme. But Door Jam. If we can receive the other as both complete and incomplete, we begin to grapple with the human helix as it ripples between mirror and shade, ground and foreground, skin and foreskin, gone and foregone. We plummet through the limitless and stand at the instants. We line our coffers with shrugs and hiccups, goblets, globules, goblins, mere playthings, trying to unravel the skein of stain lie twisted in the G-string of genome. Balls unbearably collide through the cubicle of curved space. Bloodlines accelerate to hyperventilate in airless auroras as the atmosphere intervenes where Africa and black holes appear as glowworms in your nether regions. Speaking in spoon tongues, rocks roll, tickle talks, chuckle is tossed, and the giggle gigs to the wiggle of the hipster's hips. Bebop, or be long gone. That was written by Pal Aver. Antithesis. This was written 3 days ago. Poked, gored, scratched, nicked, stabbed, punctured, nettled, scraped, splintered, spiked, prickered, tripped, cut, cracked, torn, bloodied, thumped, pierced. As I walk in the woods or work in the garden, multiflora rough my flesh. Fingerless gloves protect my palms, but my digits, unable to digest outrageous fortune, succumb to the probes and assaults of rose thorns, plum tree spikes, endless blackberry tangles that hinder my hunger for orange starburst chanterelle, oak face rasps, vine tangles vying to send me headlong. Harmful to self, but not others, I attack the woods and attempt to hold them at bay. A fight I always lose. At 7, I could walk in the woods without making a sound. I realize I have lost this gentle ability when I watch my grandson, 21 months old, walk on tiptoe.
Yeah, Katie. Thank you. All right, and now I always like to say this is something special because he is. He always does something amazing. Garrett Murphy, kind of. We got Mark, and we got Hal, Lauren McCall, and Edmund Montgomery. doing a duet on the piccolo, or maybe the trombone.
The secret prerequisite for passing the Law Enforcement Academy.
Oh, good.
Congratulations to all your recruits. With the passage of our secret requirement, you have officially fulfilled all the tests for being able to call yourselves officers of the law. Let the outside world believe that what we mean by the special elite, that we mean toughening one's mind and body via basic training, or being proficient in hand-to-hand combat, or being the crackest shot imaginable. It is really none of those things. Nor is it familiarity with police jargon or military jargon, or how well you can handle our numerous types of armament, or even knowing your badge or serial number. The most uncanny and savvy among you manage to figure it out. It happens to be how well you can tell a tall tale. One that moves our allies in court and politics to believe you when you can tell how the target reached for your gun, or tried to assault you, or tried to threaten you and others. And you can now tell a most compelling story using that specially bred imagination. That, rookies, is what really makes a good law enforcer. You have passed with flying colors, and I am very proud of all of you. But just keep this in mind, officers. Real colors do not fly as gloriously as the ones you have just passed with.
Yeah.
The sinking tower of rhymes with Crisco. Like present-day imitators of Yertle the Turtle, the city parents and developers did at this time. All they really had to do was to simply build a new transit center, but of course, who do we think we are? Anyone can build a simple transit center, but we're SNF, the city that really knows how. There's nothing, no nothing going higher than we. We'll build us a transit center capped by a building that will really help to build us up to the stars. So they build up and build up and build up some more, and behold, that tower was built, a marvel of the ages. But what's that odd sound, that sinking sound? Not quite the burping sound of the match, but equally ominous. A gap swirls out, and it's plainly clear that that tower has become distinct like paralysis into the earth. Those developers might have dared to rise to the stars, but it appears they may really sink to the fallen stars. They really should have known that to build up on sand, soft enough to go through hourglasses. So sorts of hubris of city leaders and builders. But you can never keep Big Ego down for long. Hey, look on the bright side. At least we've done Italy a few better. They just have a leaning tower of Pisa, but we have, ladies and gentlemen, the sinking tower of, well, you know.
Thank you, Derek Murphy, always. All right. Will Marco Harps kindly come forward, please, and entertain us massively, righteously, indignantly, pregnantly.
Yeah. Sleazy for you to say, Danny boy.
I tried my best.
We interrupt the beginning of this bris to bring you some sports shorts in honor of yet another block of the blockheads version, I like to say perversion of border boasting. We bring you this bulletin to the 49ers by blockers for whatever Quisling who quarterbacks those tracks. And I'll give you some more of that if you
Thank you.
want to say lucky. In honor of St. Patrick.
St. Patrick, is it?
Hey, Patty. I give you a little of this for this. No, I shan't. I'll give you what I had planned to. Let's see. I always plan to be spontaneous. Fats Waller song called Ain't Misbehaved. I don't know all the lyrics, so then here it comes. I don't think I can play it on the harmonica in this key, so I think I'll just sing it a cappella, because I'm an a cappella.
No, do it in English.
Yeah, I'll do it to try. I don't stay out late, don't care to go. I'm home about 8, just me and my radio. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you. Boom, 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 boom. I know for certain the one I love. I'm through with flirting, it's just you I'm dreaming of. ain't misbehaving. Sailing my love for you like Jack Horner. It's just me and my owner in the corner. Don't go nowhere. What do I care? Your kisses are worth waiting for. Bum 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 bum, believe me. Bum 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 bum.
Yeah.
Furthermore, go watch the movie.
Go watch the movie.
Of course, Genghis Blues, Paul Pina's journey to the tuba and on. Okay, I'll fill it in with these other ones for a minute. I'll think of the George Burns, You and Me Kid with 14-year-old Brooke Shields. Won't believe this one. And
Yeah, that was good.
and on and on.
And on.
Oh, that's your drawing.
There you go.
Oh, that's it.
All right. And now for our mini feature of the evening, will Dr. Hal kindly come forth, hold forth, stand forth, fourth or fifth, etc. Oh, I'm going to do one tiny thing before you start. I forgot that when I did the introduction to the door prizes, I forgot these four, being the keynote, the last word, choosing next week theme, and the mini feature. I forgot to say that those are also in the mix. I'm sorry, I forgot. Someone was screaming at me 5 minutes ago, and I decided to ignore it, but then I realized what they were saying. Now, Hal, I am so sorry. It is your time to go.
Well, don't be
I mean, it's sorry to interrupt you. That's what I meant to say.
The theme was sad, was it not?
Yeah, let's go.
That's something that ends the president's tweets a lot. That in itself is sad.
Yeah.
But as for poems that are about sadness, they are fewer than one would think. Many are simply playing on the violin string of sadness to produce a memoir of pleasant nostalgia, or to sneak something life-affirming in at the end, which would seem to violate the purpose. Shelley said, our sweetest songs are those which tell of saddest thought. But then it's not very sad, is it? So I have two 19th century poems which seem to be about sadness themselves. I hope this is a proper use of the mini feature. The first one is by Tennyson. Tears, idle tears, I know not what they mean. Tears from the depths of some divine despair rise from the heart and gather in the eyes when looking on the happy autumn fields and thinking of the days that are no more. Fresh as the first beam glittering on a sail that brings our friends up from the underworld. Sad as the last, which reddens over one which sinks with all we love below the verge. So sad, so fresh, the days that are no more. Ah, sad and strange as in dark summer dawns, the earliest pipe of half-awakened birds to dying ears, when unto dying eyes the casement slowly grows a glimmering square. So sad, so strange, the days that are no more. Dear as remembered kisses after death, and sweet as those by hopeless fancy feigned on lips that are for others. Deep as love, deep as first love, and wild with all regret. O death in life, the days that are no more.
Nothing life affirming there.
It's hard to winnow that out, but then also there is another type of sadness for a cultural change, which seems to bring down the curtain on an earlier, happier era. And this way, I'm going to say Dover Beach by Matthew Arnold. The sea is calm tonight. The tide is full. The moon lies fair upon the straits. On the French coast, the light gleams and is gone. The cliffs of England stand, glimmering and vast, out in the tranquil bay. Come to the window. Sweet is the night air. Only from the long line of spray where the sea meets the moon-blanched land, listen, you can hear the grating roar of pebbles, which the waves draw back and fling at their return up the high strand, begin and cease, and then again begin with tremulous cadence slow, and bring the eternal note of sadness in. Sophocles long ago heard it on the Aegean, and it brought into his mind the turbid ebb and flow of human misery. We find also in that sound a thought, hearing it by this distant northern sea. The sea of faith was once too at the full, and round earth's shores lay like the bright folds of a girdle furled. But now I only hear its melancholy, long withdrawing roar, retreating to the breath of the night wind down the vast edges drear and naked shingle of the world. Ah, love, let us be true to one another, for the world, which seems to lie before us like a land of dreams, so various, so beautiful, so new, has really neither joy, nor love, nor light, nor certitude, nor peace, nor help for pain. And we are here as on a darkling plain, swept with confused alarms of struggle and flight, where ignorant armies clash by night. Well, I'm told I have another minute or so, and so Here is one, perhaps in a similar vein, by William Blake. Love seeketh not itself to please, not for itself has any care, but to another gives its ease, and builds a heaven in hell's despair. So sang a little clod of clay, trodden by the cattle's feet, but a pebble of the spring warbled out these meters meet. Love seeketh only self to please, to bind another to its delight, joys in another's loss of ease, and builds a hell in heaven's despite. I think I'll stop there.
Mr. Happy! Mr. Happy!
Thank you, Dr. Hal. Amazing.
That's why the doctor's here.
That's why he's here. Now, Trump Rabies, are you in the house?
Trump, he's outside.
Is that outside?
There he is.
Come on, Mike. Hurry.
Oh, yeah, come on in. Come on up. We got you. There he goes. Thank you.
Where we got him?
He'll come up here
I
and then
know,
we'll
I
just
know.
kind of like, we'll figure it out.
I know.
As my wife said, we'll figure it out.
I had all the answers. And then, what raped me of all the questions? Or how I stopped worrying and learned to love our Führer, Donald Trump. Donald Trump hired me as your sex apprentice to portray our love for politics turned showbiz. Who cares how high the rent Putin pays on your booty is? I want to give birth to Trump babies. I want to itch with Trump brand scabies. I'm running crazy in the streets. Trump political rabies. Oh, Donald, take me away from rabble. With neurotic undertones of your babble, because you speak in a tortured ideological scrabble, while the media mangle and grope and grapple. Listening to you is like hearing Adam eat the apple, spraying juice all over himself like mango snapple. Don't build a wall between your heart and mine. Your Republican queen, I promise, me raping you is just a dream. It's true, I do want to integrate into you, you sexy man. But don't worry, I'm 100% not Mexican, so don't whip that thing out again. Oh, my Donald Trump, I want to finger and stroke that dead yellow animal taxidermied and entombed on your head. While we lie in the walled-off Astoria presidential suites bed. The Congress hears of our passionate thrills. I'm sure they'll have Goldman Sachs pay our room service bills. Your politics are heinous. And your policies pain us. But I want your maniacal rhetoric shoved up my anus! It won't hurt for long. Less than a decade of Donald Trump tears. At most, 8 years of realized Donald Trump fears. So Donald, fuck us in fits of fascism. Piss on us with wit and wisdom. Choke us with your words until we're sick. Donald Trump, you suck. So why not my dick?
My second piece tonight is entitled A Letter to My Revolutionary Comrade. I thought I was burning for Bernie. It turned out to be the chlamydia. If I told you that I voted for Hillary, would that get rid of you? You say it doesn't matter if we vote because it's always the same boot on our throat. You say it's the barrel of the gun that decides who lives and who dies. They're both two sides of the same coin that you want to spend. And all I know is that over money I've lost a friend. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, give him a round.
SCOTUS 16907, if you haven't Google searched it yet. It's not impossible that we have a new president by Monday. We're living science fiction. This is a real Supreme Court motion on Friday up for conference. They may not even discuss it and dismiss it. Anything's possible. I count 8 votes for granting a motion to nullify some portion of last year's election process. I hope and pray it happens quickly. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, you've done it, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you remember this, when you signed in, you put your name next to a number. This innocent-seeming individual over here is going to shuffle these cards.
No.
Innocent?
No.
It's a
fix. It's a fix. He's working for Putin.
Just really quickly shuffle him so he can take care of it.
I'm not doing it.
He's not doing it. So anyway, I'm going to reintroduce the prizes.
Oh, you gave it to... Where's...
Les Miserables.
Oh, where's here?
Mars Piercy, City of Your Doctor, City of Light.
Oh, he's looking for his number.
Istanbul is not Constantinople. Sigmund Freud, I dreamt I was way out front in my maiden form wrong. Then the mini feature, which you saw, the theme, the last word in the keynote. Can I? Thank you. You're ready with that.
Cards.
He's cutting the cards, is he?
Cutting cards. And I'm placing them here.
Thank you. And now, if I have a drum roll, we'll pick the first wiener of the evening. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm habla. All right, Daniel Lee. Is Daniel Lee still here? I didn't think so, but just checking, because that was the first card I
Robert
drew.
Ely left 2.
Thank you. Dr. Howell. Any one of these prizes are yours. These cards may be selected with your mind, designed with my mind. Yeah, Freud and Istanbul. Istanbul is Constantinople. Now it's Istanbul, Constantinople. You'll be meeting you in Istanbul. I can't remember how to do that song.
I'm so glad.
Oh, he took Les Miserables. Another drum roll, please. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, get out here. Joe Pasquale, you're the next one. Joe, what you like. Now you got these 3 things or these 4 things. That could be really good. Could be really good. It could change your mind. That could too.
Everything good.
Yeah, well,
I'll go with this one.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Next we have, darn it, Philip Zimmerman of all people. Come on up here. Zimmerman. Mr. Philip Zimmerman. The winner of the evening of all things. Considerable yet considerable. So this, and if you want to go to that, you can take one of those.
I'll choose the next one.
Okay, so you're going to do the... Okay, just let me know what it is.
Yeah, well, I don't have to tell you right now.
Well, at some point, so before I write it up, they'll know what it is. But you can tell me in a few minutes if you want.
Okay.
But I'm going to put Zimmerman here because you gave... that way I won't forget who to ask. Sorry. Garrett Murphy, du bist die Nächste. Kommen Sie hier bitte. Hören Sie zu und wiederholen Sie.
For God's sake.
That means listen and repeat.
Stop.
Okay, I'm stopping.
No, you're not.
I know. I'm tapping the brakes. So you got this, or you could, if you're going to go, you want the announcement for that, or what do you think? Do you like
The last word.
last word? Garrett Murphy, you're in. Last word. There he is. Give him a round of applause already. Because that guy is going to kick it out. All right, last word. Sorry. Robert? Is Robert still here? Robert Cash? No, I think he left. Brett Benson? Brett Benson will be my co-pilot next week, by the way, since I forgot to do it.
For the classroom, I'll take Freud.
Freud. I'm a Freud, that's a good idea. I like my Freud eggs with Gestalt and pepper. That's terrible, isn't it? Buford. We have the mini, the keynote, and Istanbul.
Oh, what do you have in there?
Okay, all right, we'll put you on there. Oh, wait a minute. That's the wrong pile.
Gomer?
Yeah.
Gomer pile?
Well, Yasmin, she is not here at the moment. Correct, Mundo? All right, she's left. She's politically.
She left the building.
She left the building. Stephanie is not here. But I know Marco Harps is here.
Yes, I are.
So you can do the keynote or get Istanbul. If you want.
So that's
That means you're the first one on and you do something by someone else and then you also do the open.
okay.
Okay, so you want to do the keynote?
That's this coming
That's this next Wednesday. Yes, that's it. So I'm going to put
I'll do a spring thing.
Yeah, but you're going to read something by somebody else,
Yes.
and then you do your open stuff, whatever.
Fine.
All right. Are you happy?
Fine as wine. I'm
Fine
not
as-
quite there yet, but I shall.
Okay. Does anybody want this book on it? There you go. There you go. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Next week we have Avacha, so come by for that, and then we got Francis Ford Coppola's new film, I Decompose. How does it work?
So what happens
Thank you.
here?
Oh yeah, now you push that.